Hey, Renda.
How's it going?
Good. Hey, I'm glad you were able to join in.
Yeah, I figured we'd hopefully clear the air.
Yeah, so my follower mentioned me in one of your videos, obviously.
Yep.
And when I replied back to her, so I replied back, obviously, I trust the guy with the electrical tape band-aid, which uh, I apologize if that came out that it was a, trying to imply that the gender was the reason that I trusted him, because that was not the reason why I trusted him. And the reason why I specifically chose the words for that comment was because of the original post, which I have reposted maybe three times now. That was one of the top liked comments on that post. Was like, everybody was looking at the guy and he was like, wait a minute, he's got an electrical tape band-aid. He must know what he's doing, because they just noticed that in the video. And it's just some things that people notice in videos that drive comments. That's all. So when I posted back, it was more about that original sort of dialogue that I had with my followers with the guy having the electrical tape bandage. And he was a Bosch technician that came out, and he was teaching me a lot that day because, as you mentioned in your video, I am not an appliance technician. And he was teaching me a lot of things. They were repairing actually a refrigerator. And then I asked him on his way out, I said, hey, a lot of my followers are asking me why their dishwasher smells. So I started asking him, and he's explaining the whole thing, as you can see in the video, which, I think even myself, after posting the video, I still rinse my dishes a little bit. I mean, come on, who doesn't rinse their dishes a little bit? Uh, but it does state in the manual, at least on my Kenmore at home, that you're not supposed to rinse the dishes. And the whole thing was not supposed to be taken as anything related with gender. So I apologize if it came out that way. That was not what I meant by I trust the guy. It was just the person that I knew who came out and was very knowledgeable in my mind as someone who is not an appliance technician. That's all.
So, regardless of the gender, one way or another, though, can you see how that comment could come across as though you're saying, I don't trust the person in the video, I trust this person instead? Taking gender completely out of it. Because even if it wasn't a gendered thing, that still came across as, oh, it doesn't matter what's in this video, I trust the guy with the electrical tape band aid.
So the follower that mentioned me in the comments, she said, what do you think about this? And so let me think about what you're saying. So what you're asking me about the content of what you did in that video about, like, kind of like 50% rinsing, not rinsing, that kind of thing. Is that what you're asking?
I'm not asking about the dishwasher anymore. It's still about your comment.
Okay, so
What I'm
rephrase it
saying,
again for me.
so your initial comment that was a reply to somebody on my video, where you had said, I believe the guy with the electric tape band-aid. I understand that you're saying that that is like related to it's an inside joke, basically. I get that.
Yeah, there you go.
But at the same time, did you not stop to think for like 2.5 seconds that like how that could come across to somebody who hasn't seen that inside joke?
No, no, I was just replying to my follower. That's all. I wasn't thinking that a lot of people were going to see the comment or something. I was just replying to her. I think she was in a previous live and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to mention you in this video." And so I was just replying to her. That's all. I wasn't, intending it to be a public statement or something for, that was going to turn into something. But I do obviously see now that it got interpreted wrong, or it got interpreted the way it did. And that's why I'm having this live stream, to make sure that, I can try to clear the air a little bit.
For sure. But keep in mind too, you're saying that the problem is that it was misinterpreted, which is putting the issue on me rather than the real issue, which is that maybe you could try to be a little bit more mindful about things that you are commenting on creators' videos, especially considering the size of the platform that you have. Obviously, comments like that are gonna get seen. It's not, I said it in one of the videos. I don't know if you heard it. With great platform comes great responsibility. And I'm a very big believer in that. And I try to be the creator that I would want to follow. And I think that just going forward might be a good idea if you try to be a little bit more mindful about how you are interacting on the internet, because we can all see that and it can be interpreted incorrectly at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. So I have had um, uh, several times where I've pulled videos because things were getting interpreted incorrectly. And I definitely am getting a little bit better at it, but it's clear that I'm not perfect yet. And I made a mistake on this one. And I really apologize. I will be more careful in the future. And I don't think I've never even commented on one of your videos before. Um,
Oh,
but that was like, I think that was the first comment, and then it like blew up like this. So it's like, so yes, I'm learning a lot, and I'm learning so much. Like the video that people are the commenting on my page right now is the most recent post, was about a really like bad thing I did at work where I made a bunch of mistakes, and a lot of times I leave that stuff up because it's real content. And but sometimes if they're getting like super negative, like this kind of stuff where it's um where it's potentially like hurtful to someone, not just to my reputation, but if it was hurtful to you or something like that, obviously I want to fix that. So um hopefully, I don't know, can we be friends about this? Are we okay? I Do you believe me that I was not trying to
I believe
intentionally be, do you
actions
believe
speak
me?
louder than words. So just keep that in mind going forward.
Sure.
Um, I also just I know that you said you probably haven't seen like any of my videos, because I know you didn't follow me, and I'm not saying that like, oh, you should be followed. It's not what I mean. But I'm assuming you haven't seen much of mine. A lot of my content is geared around trying to make people rethink the trades, because not rethink getting into the trades. I mean rethink how they think of the trades, because I have so many people that expect me to be a man when I ring the doorbell. And sexism is alive and well in the trades. Um, so that's where my half of things is coming from. It wasn't me just trying to, attack you. It's just the comment itself. That's not something that I let slide on my page, which is why I wound up making a video about it. Because I have been in the trades for the last 5 years, and I have seen firsthand and secondhand accounts from many, many, many women just how bad sexism can be. So I want to make sure that your followers know I'm not sitting here trying to like start silly TikTok drama. That's not how I am. And I have had to block people in the past because they were just not yeah, the sexism is real. But I'm not saying that I'm going to block you. I'm just saying I appreciate you having a discourse with me about it, rather than just blocking me and pretending that none of this happened. Because I have had other creators in the past who have said
But what
very problematic
can you
things to me.
I don't think I haven't met a lot of people in the trades that like you that are female. What are the kind of things that you go through? Like just as an example, I just I'm curious. Like now I'm gonna have to watch your videos because I didn't really know I didn't really know that that stuff existed because I just haven't experienced it. As obviously as a guy, I don't experience it. And I don't know anybody in the trades that's
Mhm.
a female. So what kind of
Well,
stuff happens?
yeah. Yeah, so even just from Thursday, I had a customer while I was working on his fridge. I was still in the middle of helping him. And he said, "Why are you doing this work? You're so pretty." Which, first of all, is creepy anyway. But
Right.
second,
Yeah.
why I'm doing it, just because I'm a woman. That is daily. Every single day, I get comments like that. Every single day, if I call a customer to say, "Hey, I'm on my way to come out to fix your fridge," or whatever it is, I'll call them. I'll say that. I start out the phone call by saying, "Hi, this is Renee. I am the technician that's coming out to your house today." And that's how I always start them. And even then, I say, "I'm the tech that's coming out to your house today. I'm going to be there in half an hour." And they'll reply, "Oh, great. When is he coming?" Don't listen to a word I said. Yep.
Oh
Every
my
day.
God.
And
Okay. All right. Well,
that's just like the
that
daily stuff. That's not even like the man who I called to say I was on my way to his house. He asked me to diagnose his dryer over the phone before I had ever even seen the dryer in person. And I said, I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that because I haven't seen it. I can't diagnose it if I haven't seen it in person. Um, he then said, what the F are you good for if you can't tell me what's wrong with my dryer? I hung up on him and he harassed me via text for 12 hours to the point where I had to go file a police report against him.
Oh my God. All right. Well, you're giving me a. So now I can see a little bit more how my comment was insensitive. Then, if like, see, I didn't even know this stuff existed because I don't know anybody that does this work. I mean, nobody even wants to do the work that I do, let alone women. Nobody wants to do this stuff. So, but yeah, that sucks that you have to go through this. I apologize. That's terrible. Guys should not be like that. When when I got into the trades, I think we had one girl in the carpentry class. I went to like a technical high school, and that's about it. It's very rare. It's very rare in my area.
But a lot of women don't even realize that careers like this are an option for them. So it's just kind of like,
How did you get into it?
I honestly, I needed a job. And a friend of mine who was a friend of mine at a former job, so he was a previous coworker, um, he referred me. He said, hey, I know you're looking for work. This seems like right up your alley. You should apply. So I did a lot of research beforehand and kind of brushed up on my electrical and plumbing knowledge. And they gave me like a pre-test, which I passed. And they're like, how did you learn this? I'm like, I want to learn. And they gave me a shot. And I've been doing it for 5 years.
Okay, what kind of a do you work on a specific brand? Do you work on all different brands or what?
So I work for a company that is what's known as a servicing dealer, which means that they have showrooms that where they sell appliances, and then we have our own service department that services whatever their showrooms sell. So
Mm.
whatever brands my company carries are the brands that I'm going to sell, or are brands that I'm going to repair. I mean, so it's like kitchen and laundry appliances is pretty much what I work on. So like washers, dryers, fridges, dishwashers, etc. Um, and then brand wise, I work on probably like 8 to 10 different brands. So
So
a variety.
as far as like when this guy that came out, he's specifically a Bosch. He just does Bosch. Are there for each different brand, are there certifications that they go through for being an appliance repair person? Like I know for HVAC, we have a state license. What do they
Mm.
have for appliance people?
So I'm sealed system certified, which you're familiar with the term sealed system, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
No?
that's like refrigerant. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a
Yeah.
CFC license.
Yeah, you do HVAC, so I would assume. So yeah, I have that, but that is essentially it. I'm in the state of Connecticut. State of Connecticut doesn't really require very much else. But the company that I work for, we have accounts with all of the major manufacturers. So while I don't have like a license for the state, I am a certified Samsung repair tech. I'm a certified Electrolux repair tech. I'm a certified Whirlpool repair tech because I do get manufacturer training from them a few times a year.
So do
So
you like when you're going into customers' homes, like I make tutorials like in customers' homes and I'll talk to the customer and be like, hey, I'm making a video, helps train my guys, I post on my media. Do you make
mhm.
do you make videos of like preparing the machines or no?
Yes and no. I don't. I don't like talk to the customers in my videos or anything like that. I generally try not to film at work. Usually, I'll film like a friend's dishwasher or a friend's fridge or something like that. Especially because it's kind, it's a no-no for me to film since I work for another company. They don't want me to do that at work, and I totally get that. Um, but yeah, that's usually what I wind up doing. And sometimes I'll do like a time lapse of me working on something, but usually my videos are more informative in like it's just a video of me talking to a camera and explaining something. So I'll be explaining like why you only need 2 tablespoons of laundry detergent, for example. Or I might be like telling a story about my workday or something like that.
Yeah, stories are very powerful when you have like when I'm doing content and let's say that the job that I'm doing is not really suitable for a tutorial, or I can't be like, I got to get the job done, so I can't be moving the camera around a bunch of times. Story time is huge when you're doing those time lapse things. It really gets the audience engaged. But if you can, since you do have a pretty substantial following, if you can start somehow, even if it's just once a week, making some of those tutorials on how to do some of these simple repairs. I know from my channel, people love to learn how to fix things. And I think you can blow up your channel like that if you make more tutorials, more tutorial style stuff. Um, and I mean, obviously,
So
you got to do
I
what
want
you got to do at work, but even if you
my
just disassembling something and putting it back together here and there, I mean, that's going to be huge for your channel.
So I want to point something out because not only is it something that I'm noticing, but my comment section is going crazy right now. Um, what you just did there, I didn't ask you for advice, but you wanted to give it to me. That is like textbook mansplaining. That's what people mean when they say that, because I didn't ask for your help, but you decided to just force it upon me. And a minute ago, when I was trying to talk about that, you talked over me. So I just want to make sure that you're aware that these are
Oh,
things that
no,
the women
I
in your
did
life.
not. I didn't want that to come out like that. I apologize again if it came out
And
like
it's
that. I
like that.
was trying
I'm not
to. We were just
trying to.
talking about we were talking about what you do in your channel. That's
I
all.
know I'm not trying to like yell at you. I just want to make you aware because I
Yeah, I'm
like
almost done.
because I feel like
Sorry.
a lot of people who say things like that don't realize how that can be perceived. So it's more just me trying to make sure that you're aware that that's how that came across. And
Okay.
I'm not tensions. I'm not at all. I
Sure.
understand we're good. I get it. I just want to make sure that you understand like why that could be a problem.
Gotcha. All right, Brenda. My wife is actually whispering to me now, so I got to jump off the live. I'm glad we were able to clear this up a little bit. I've learned a lot. Hopefully, we can go forward, and you can call me out if I'm insensitive because I definitely got a lot to learn. Obviously, so, but it was not. It was. I did not intend to do that, and I apologize.
I get you. And I appreciate your willingness to learn.
Thank you, Brenda. We'll talk to you later.
Yep. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.